So it is the day before regionals, and I think I just wanted to take a bit of time to sort of, process what has been a really cool journey leading into this 3-day event. And I guess it feels like it's been almost a 2-year build-up because I didn't make it to the floor in 2016 because I got injured. So yeah, I just think I need to do a bit of a brain dump. And I knew I'd set a really big goal for myself in terms of making it to regionals this year. But coming out of the desert, I really just wanted to continue challenging myself. And just to make it to regionals, I am so stoked. So just this weekend will just be icing on what has been a really delicious cake this time around. And leading into my regionals prep after the Open, I knew there was a few things that really tainted my experience last regionals prep, and I didn't want that to be the case again. So I gave myself a bit of a mantra, and I tend to do this a lot with different chapters in my life through the desert and just having that mantra to get me through when I get stuck. And my mantra in this prep was, you choose this, you've earned this, work hard and have fun. And I kind of want to break those all down. And you choose this. It was a really interesting one for me because I choose CrossFit. I choose to walk into the gym and experience pain and experience suffering. And it is such a privilege, I think, to be able to do that, to be able to choose to suffer. I get to pick the time of day, the type of suffering that occurs in my life. And what a privileged life I lead to be able to do that. Some people wake up every day and they do not choose the suffering that exists in their life, but I get to choose. I get to dictate what amounts of suffering I can put myself through. And when I am hurting and when my feet are burning and my lungs are about to explode, having that mantra of you're choosing to do this really makes me push, and it makes me go, yeah, I am choosing this. No one's forcing me into it. No one forced me to do the Open. No one forced me to have a goal of reaching to regionals. No one's forcing me to be on that floor tomorrow. I'm choosing it. So that was a really important one through this prep. You've earned this. Oosh, wow. So in 2016, I honestly felt that I didn't earn it. I felt that there was a few reasons. Because I had only really started CrossFit about 8 months prior to making it to regionals, I really felt like I hadn't put in the work that other girls had to be there on that stage. And on top of that, I had just moved to Asia and I qualified through Asia. So I got through those top 10 spots, and I really didn't feel like I earned the right to qualify under that region. So all through my prep, the thing that was ringing through my ears was, you did not deserve this, which was like the worst thing you could ever have ringing through your head. So, and it completely destroyed my experience leading into that event, because I was standing there going, you don't deserve to be here, which is just horrendous. And I put in the same work that everyone else did, but that was just my mentality back then. So coming into this knowing that I've been living in Asia for 3 years now. 2, I've put in the work. Like, I've trained so hard to be able to stand next to those girls and consistently just put in the work. So having that, you've earned this, running through my head this time was such a game changer for me. And it was really good having that in my head. Work hard. Interesting one. Sounds pretty straightforward. But to tell you the truth, I don't think I've ever worked the hardest I could possibly work when it comes to my fitness, in whatever element it was, bodybuilding or powerlifting. I think I've always piggybacked off the fact that I am naturally athletic, and I've always really kept just working hard at the things I'm good at. And this prep, I wanted to work hard, but work hard at things I knew I was really weak at, and work beyond what I thought I could do. So this prep, my working hard was at things like running, getting to the track, and snatching, and being really consistent with that, and breaking down movements and taking my ego out of it. Things like muscle ups, I had to break down into like tiny little segments for ages, and leading into a regional event, that was a bit of a head game, because you're like, well, you should be able to just do these, but I knew they weren't efficient enough. My snatching was horrendous, and it's still nothing to write home about, but I've worked so hard on them, and I am so proud of that side of it, that I actually finally went, Elise, you're really shit at these things, let's work at them. So on top of that, I wanted to reach this event and go, I know I put in more than I ever have before. And so that meant after I'd finished my workout, spending another 15 minutes on core, or another 100 calories on the Airdyne, or whatever it was. I didn't want to get to this stage and go, well, you didn't really do everything you could. But I'm walking in there knowing that where I am right now is me doing everything I could at the time. And the last one was have fun. Again, sounds pretty straightforward, but I really didn't enjoy the prep last time, and this time, again, like, I'm choosing this. So walk into the gym, put in some cheery music, and have fun with it. Like, yeah, you're gonna hurt, it's gonna suck, but it doesn't have to be a miserable experience. So for me, just being able to, even in the middle of a workout, be like, have fun, have fun, have fun. And instantly a smile would come over my face. And that just makes everything that much easier, just that shift in emotion. So leading into this weekend, my whole thing is just have fun. It's a big game. And I know that at the end of this weekend, after these 3 days, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a huge experience. But come Monday, it's all going to be over. And the lead up into this, the months and months and months of preparation, is going to mean more to me than the weekend. And if I didn't enjoy that experience of those months, then what the hell's it all for? So that was a big one. That was another game changer. And I've got a really good mate, Bart, who he does every week what I've learnt on Facebook. So he takes the week and he jot points things he's learnt this week. And I was like, why aren't I doing that for myself? So I decided to do it this prep, and it has been so beneficial. Just taking the time to look back over the week and go, what have I learned about myself this week? And it didn't have to be about training. It was about my relationship with Luke. It was about just my emotions. It was about my composure. All these little things that at the end of the week I can go, whoa, like I have I've grown. I am challenging myself from this experience and I'm growing. And that was such an important part of me looking back and being able to go, oh, I have had a great experience this CrossFit Regionals. So yeah, I guess that's kind of all I really wanted to say. This weekend, whatever happens, if I go out there and have fun with it and know I put in the work, then that's all I can do. Of course, I'm going to absolutely rip in and give it all I've got. But come Monday, like, life goes on after CrossFit Regionals. So I put myself through this pain, I put myself through this suffering. I get to choose when I do that. And it's so I can challenge myself. And you don't learn and you don't grow without pain and suffering. And that's all we're really trying to do, isn't it? Grow, change, learn. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to get on that floor and show everyone what I've been working on.